was getting ready to record, but I lost my little memory chip that goes in my camera. I'm a little annoyed and frustrated right now. While I can record, I just have to record on my phone, and the quality is not the same. We're making lemonade out of lemons today. The missing chip shall not stop me from giving my Divine Mommies this divine information. Stay tuned. We're figuring ways out of no way today, okay? So I'm just gonna get straight into it. I'm not even gonna do a whole lot of talking. Oh wait, before I do get into it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm Crystal Divine. This is my Indigenous lifestyle. I make videos pertaining to pregnancy, childbirth, and afterbirth. I'm also in the process of becoming a doula, so I'm vlogging that journey as well. And I also make little videos about my personal life with my children and things like that. So if any of that interests you, go ahead, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell, turn on those notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. With this quarantine mess going on, I don't know, y'all. I might try to post a video every day. Every day. I'll try. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But with no further ado, let's get into how to properly store your breast milk, okay? I was planning on doing this video before things got crazy and they started shutting things down and closing things down. I wanted to talk about how to store your breast milk, and originally I wanted this to be a video for like moms who are going to have to go back to work soon, or they're going to have to use some type of child care and they want to continue to breastfeed. I wanted to just make a video, you know, talking about the proper ways to store breast milk, the things you need to know. Make it easier on you guys. But with this whole coronavirus mess going on, I think it's even more important that I put this video out, okay? Because it's getting crazy. It's getting real. So first and foremost, once you pump your breast milk, you can leave that breast milk out on the counter for up to 4 hours. This is freshly pumped or express milk that I'm talking about. You have up to 4 hours to leave it on the counter, and it has to, of course, be room temperature, okay? Room temperature is no higher than 77 degrees in the house, in the room that you're in. If it's a little too hot, if it's hotter than that, I mean, it is definitely going to spoil the milk a lot faster. Now, if you don't want to leave it on the counter to use an hour or two later, then you must put it in the refrigerator, okay? If you're going to put it in the refrigerator, it can last up to 4 days, okay? It can last up to 4 days in the refrigerator before it starts to spoil and the nutrients in the breast milk goes bad. Now, if you're not going to put it in the refrigerator and you want to put it in the freezer, you have up to 6 months for your breast milk to be in the freezer. Now, this is kind of debatable because I did a little research, and the CDC says that you can have it for 12 months. Like 12 months is acceptable, but 6 months is ideal. I don't know about you, but 6 and 12, that's a lot of time. That's a whole 6 months. So I personally wouldn't go past 6 months with my breast milk being in the freezer. And something that I have noticed from like personal experience, the longer the milk is in the freezer, it turns from that creamy white color to yellow. And about the time it starts turning yellow, I just kind of feel like, okay, it's started to spoil. It's no longer any good to feed to my baby. With that being said, once your breast milk is frozen, or you know that that's what you want to do, I just want to give you a couple of things to know about frozen breast milk, okay? Number one, always thaw out the oldest milk first, okay? If you are going to unthaw the breast milk, you do have the option of leaving it in the refrigerator overnight. If you need it right away or a little sooner, you can set it in a container with warm water, not hot, not boiling. We don't want to boil the milk. We just want to unthaw it. So you can do that. Or if the water from the faucet is lukewarm, not scorching hot, you could run the milk under the sink. But I imagine that would take a long time, and running water, that's wasting water. So the way I've always done it is to set it into some warm luke water and just come back. But you never want to thaw it out using a microwave, and you never want to boil it. This is not infant formula. This is breast milk, and you cook the breast milk, you are killing the nutrients and the live ingredients or substances, I should say, in breast milk that are beneficial for you and your baby. So never thaw it in the microwave or boil it. Now you have your breast milk, you've put it in the freezer, and you have taken it out to thaw out. Here are a couple of things you should know. Once the milk is warm, after you thawed it out, you give it to your baby within 1 to 2 hours top. You can put it back in the fridge. Say the baby didn't drink all of it, you can put it back in the fridge for up to 24 hours, but after that the milk is no longer good. This might be common sense, but you know, some people might not know. But you never want to you never want to refreeze breast milk. After you've pumped it, freezed it, thawed it out, and fed it to your baby, that's it. You can put it in the fridge for 24 hours if you want to give the baby the rest a little later. Other than that, dispose of whatever is left. Dispose of it. Do not try to refreeze it and put it in the refrigerator or the freezer, excuse me. And also, if you don't want to put it in the fridge, you know, like how I said, you have up to 24 hours to put it in the fridge after you've thawed it out. If you're leaving it on the countertop, say you're not putting it in the fridge, but you're just leaving it out on the counter, you got 2 hours to do that as well. So you got 1 to 2 hours to feed it to your baby after you've unthawed the breast milk. And if you want to leave it on the counter, you can for about 2 hours after you're feeding, or just put it in the fridge for 24 hours. But whatever's left over, if you're not going to leave it out on the counter for a little bit and try to feed again in a few minutes, or put it in the fridge for up to 24 hours, then you need to dispose of it. Never refreeze milk. Here's a little bit more tips and FYI. You want to use milk storage bags, or you can use little containers with tight fitting lids, usually made out of plastic or glass. These things are suitable to save and freeze your breast milk. Always want to avoid using bottles and disposable liners for bottles, plastic bags, none of that. Don't use any of that. Get you a container with a tight fitting lid that's either glass or plastic, and find you some milk storage bags, one or the other. Always label the date that you pump the milk onto your storage bag or container. This is how you make sure that you're always using the oldest milk first. When you are storing breast milk in the freezer or refrigerator, do not put it on the door. Okay, we're opening and closing the door a lot, and that means we're regulating with the temperature, and that can affect the nutrients in the milk. Also remember to freeze your milk as soon as possible to seal in the quality of the milk. The fresher the milk is, the greater the quality is, so you want to freeze it right away. Leave an inch of space at the top too, because when you freeze breast milk, it expands. And always remember not to freeze a whole lot of breast milk in one container. You want to have small doses in containers. You want to have whatever amount of ounces your baby is eating in one feeding in each container or each storage bag. That will help you from having a lot of milk left over and just wasting milk. Last but not least, when it comes to storing your breast milk, you want to make sure that you are very thorough with cleaning and sanitizing the parts of your pump. The bottles, the part that goes over the nipple, everything. All parts need to be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized. This protects your breast milk from contamination. Nothing worse than having a container filled with freshly pumped breast milk and it's contaminated and you're not even aware of it because your parts weren't thoroughly cleaned and sanitized. So always do that. If you want a video where I go more in detail about that and why it's so important, or maybe how to sanitize your breast pump items, just let me know in the comments below. I do not mind making a video on how to properly clean and sanitize your breast pump equipment, okay? But as for today's video, storing breast milk, this is the end of the video. Those are all the tips and the FYIs that you need to know. I don't want anyone to feel like they are going to have to stop breastfeeding because we're going to be on quarantine, or that they're going to have to turn to infant formula. No, no, no. That is not the way to go. With all of that being said, I want to take this opportunity to tell you guys about my new ebook. Okay, it's another quick start guide, and this one is for breastfeeding. This guide has everything you need to know about breastfeeding, okay? Whether you're getting ready to, or you're already breastfeeding, or this is your 4th or 5th child that you're breastfeeding, you want to check out my guide, because there are things that don't come natural to us, things that we do not automatically know. And when we don't know, we're more likely to give up when challenges arrive. And anyone who's breastfed, you know that it can be very challenging and difficult. And each experience is different, okay? So my guide is for all my Divine Mommies out there who are breastfeeding or thinking about breastfeeding. Maybe you want to take a breastfeeding class. I just made a video about those and if they're necessary, you know, and maybe you're unsure of how to get access to it. Well, have no fear, sis. My breastfeeding guide is basically just like a breastfeeding class. Everything pretty much that they will talk to you about in class is in my guide, okay? So definitely check that out. The link to my website will be in the description box below. Thank you guys for tuning in to another one of my videos. Like, comment, subscribe, engage with me, and drop in the comment section any videos that you would like for me to do pertaining to pregnancy, childbirth, afterbirth, or doula care. All right? Until next time.